What's up, guys? This is James at lockingthevalue.and copymycrypto.com telling you today about the wonderful world of crypto. We're really starting to see some green in most places at the moment. It's nice to see. And we're so close to April. So close. We've seen Phantom start recovering well. Dragon Chain has been on a hell of a tear, actually. One Chain and Icon have been on a massive run. I expect Ion will also do that because those three are in sort of a partnership. So, like a blockchain alliance. So that's worth having a look. Yeah, it's just nice to see, guys. It's really nice to see. Even Grin is still up. Even that awful coin is still up. But yeah, we're starting to see this April bull run, this super cycle. It looks like it's coming, guys. It looks like it's coming. These are 26 coins I've spoken about on the channel at one point or another. Bar Phantom, that was a Udemy course where I was talking about I expected very good gains. If you'd have invested all 26 at the time of the videos going out and you still held them, you'd be on $35,390 profit from a $2,600 investment. It's not bad. I don't hold most of these now. I go through this constantly. I don't hold most of these now. I bought into all of them at one point or another, sold off at profit, and reinvested into other cryptos. So there's a few in there that I hold, but beyond that, none. And that's why I don't copy my crypto. Anyone that's a member, that's been a member for a couple of weeks, will have seen that the last couple of coins have absolutely blown most of the other projects out of the water. There's been some really good gains. So I hope the membership are very pleased with that. If you're not a member, check it out. Link is in the description. Guys, let's get into the market. So we're going to talk about gaming today. Before I do, a word from our sponsor. So Market Square by Arc.io released a new video called The Blockchains of Ready Player One. Now, this is the link to that is in the description. Okay, this is a video that basically breaks down in real depth how blockchains would be used to power not only power that game in the movie, but also how the blockchains can power real games right now, NFTs, real virtual reality experiences right now, as well as oracles. And it's really thoroughly in depth. And if you are interested in gaming, I really recommend you check it out. What I do like as well is that they address the fact that if you're like me and you saw Ready Player One, you might have been a bit disappointed in terms of not sticking with what it was meant to be. And they even address it in the vids. You know, there's no shying away from that, which I really like. You've got to respect that. But it's very, 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 very detailed, and it highlights what the potential is for this sector in terms of blockchain. So check it out, guys. Right, I'm going to do some proper number crunching here, really, and talk about the potential for blockchains breaking that gaming market. Now, if you're unaware, CoinGecko, if you click on categories, you can organize, it will open up a list of crypto categories. So metaverse, gaming, and NFTs are what I'm looking at effectively. And Axis Infinity is massive tear. So these are the metaverse-based projects, right? So everyone's probably familiar with Decentraland and Sand, and certainly Axis Infinity if you've watched my channel before, and Enjin coin. And then we've also got, if you look at gaming, we've got a few of these. So Exceed Me, I think a lot of people are aware of Exceed Me. It's like a platform, a gaming platform. There's which I think they're building on. I think they're building on BPro off the top of my head. I think. But yeah, so and then we've got the NFTs market, which is obviously massive at the moment. But yeah, and interestingly, because I did say I think NFTs might have a bit of a pullback, and there's more red than I thought there'd be, to be honest. But we'll see. So look, the gaming industry is massive. Firstly, it was valued at about $162 billion in 2020, and there is an expectation that it will reach around about 295 billion by 2026. So you're looking at 10% growth per year for the next 6 years. And I think that's probably an understatement at this point, especially with potentially the change in lifestyle that a lot of people might have now with with everything that's happened with COVID, there's a lot more businesses that realize people can work from home. There's a lot more people that are working from home that realize they don't have to work as hard as they did, and they can just do their work and do something else, play a game. You know, I talked about me getting an Xbox recently, um, and I think that market has real potential to be even far greater than that. Um, so that's a big amount of money to try and take a proportion of, and blockchain certainly has the potential to do that, especially with key partnerships. You know, there's so many projects that have partnerships with Samsung, with Microsoft, and it won't be long before we're seeing plenty that are having partnerships with Sony, and you know that in and of itself is going to be a big step in the right direction in terms of some of these cryptos breaking into this sector in a big way. Um, and another thing is virtual reality. Make no mistake about it, virtual reality is going to be a massive thing. If it's 10 years down the line, when it's majorly mainstream, because it's already to some degree quite mainstream. The market size of VR, like virtual reality, is forecast to hit 18.8 billion last year. So, and their expectation is about 21.6% growth per year, which means we're going to see a potential market of 92 billion in 2027. And again, my belief is that that's probably an understatement, because when you look at stuff like artificial intelligence, that has actually, like, very few people realize how much AI is used on a day-to-day basis. It's constantly used. Um, and the virtual reality market, I think, will rapidly increase. And again, Sony, Samsung, Google, Microsoft, they're all big players. And again, we've already got partnerships, like Enjin's partner with Samsung and Microsoft. There's plenty of these cryptos that are partners with these big boys in VR or in gaming. So if they can start figuring out a way to crack into that market, they will. And one thing that's a lot better than people realize is in-game purchases are so much easier with crypto. You know, you look at something like Fortnite, free to play, but most people that play it spend like hundreds of dollars, certainly over a year, buying gear or whatever, doing in-game purchases. And blockchain and crypto would streamline that process in a very cool and efficient way. And we've already seen it in some of the blockchain games. So I think it'll be a matter of time before we start seeing specific coins that are used for mainstream games. Because why wouldn't they? Especially if you think something has intrinsic value. You know, you look, as an example, you look at Tesla, they're accepting Bitcoin, but they're not selling Bitcoin. They're not cashing it back into fiat because they know long term that's going to make them more money, right? And it'll be the same principle in gaming, right? There'll be a particular coin that will actually be very useful and very fast for in-game purchases. And once that happens, there'll be you could very well see a like one coin that's used in multiple games, and that will be a huge moment as well. And that coin in and of itself will start cracking a market. And that's just stats. That's just some of the stats right now with predictions. You know, I do believe. I think everyone does. You know, we know that technology is moving at a fast rate. VR is going to be a big thing. Gaming is a huge thing already, and it's going to be bigger. I think there's probably understatements on the net value of those. And if we actually look at some of the projects at the moment, so I've ordered this by 30 days because I hate 24 hours. It doesn't really tell me anything other than something's popular for 24 hours. But over 30 days, the users of Galaxy Block, interestingly, is 53,000 across a month. We've got Upland at 48,000, Alien Worlds at 45,000, Axie Infinity at 23. So Axie has cracked the 20 mark quite well there. Splinterlands, which I think a lot of people are familiar with, 11,000. You know, there's still room to go here because these numbers are not anywhere close to obviously mainstream gaming, but we're starting to see it, once we start seeing them crack 100,000 and they're starting to get trending to whatever degree, that's going to have a big impact. And what's worth noting, guys, is the protocol that's used for the project. Yeah, because interestingly, Thundercore has got a couple of these big boys, so that might be worth keeping an eye on. The same with Wax. Wax is in with a couple of the big boys in the top 10. So, and obviously ETH is going to be, but this is something to keep an eye on, because as these numbers increase as well, you want to start looking at the base crypto to see if there's room for that to grow. And then we look at like the gaming sector as well in terms of what are people excited about. I mean, this is an article from January, so not all of this is true now. Some of these released, but Age of Rust is something everyone's hyped up about on the Enjin platform. We've got Blancos, Block Party. Some of these are not for me, by the way. I have no desire to play this game, but again, we're seeing 10 projects here, or 10 games that may have a major impact on the networks that they're on. Ethereum at the moment, obviously with the news about Ethereum, that's concerning, but if Ethereum, and I always worry about the weight of strain on the Ethereum network at the moment, but hopefully we're going to see news out that is more positive than what's been happening recently. But checking into some of the games and where they're going to be located and how in-game purchases are made as well. Because sooner or later we're going to start seeing big tournaments. I mean, Gods Unchained World Championship is an esports tournament with a prize pool of 400k. So there's plenty to get excited about there. And again, esports is something I've not really spoken about today. Esports is a huge, huge, huge sector. Like, tons of people will sit and watch those live tournaments. The person that won Fortnite won like $1 million, and you just need one or two games trending, and the network that they trend on is going to have a big impact. Sandbox has been around for a while now. I'm not a huge fan of Sandbox, but it's yeah, it doesn't appeal. What I would love to see soon is something like a battle royal type game. If we start seeing some really good like first person shooters or battle royals that are built on blockchain, that the blockchain can sustain it, there's serious potential there, because they're what appeal to the majority, right? So everyone's different, but like me personally, I love the first person ones, and I love the battle royals. So if we can get some of these blockchain projects to release those, and they get trending, not like Fortnite, because nothing trended low. That was insane, its growth. But if we can get any trending to that, to even a tenth of that, the coin, the platform it's based on, the coin that will be used for in-game purchases, that all skyrockets. So when you're looking at gaming sector, even if you're not sure about games, keep an eye on what the hype is, and keep an eye on when projects release games, because it does have an impact, and it does have an impact on the price as well, because people, if you're playing it and you're doing in-game purchases, you need to buy the token, or you need to buy the coin, right? Fundamentally for gaming, it's obviously had a good year, especially the metaverse stuff, but if after this bull run, the next 4 years, I think we're going to see a lot of crypto projects have particularly the gaming sector, are going to be focused on huge developments over the next 4 years. And when the next bull run happens 5 years down the line, we could see the gaming sector, along with AI, because I firmly believe AI is going to set for a huge run in 5 years' time. But the gaming sector, particularly anything tied into not only blockchain gaming but virtual reality, should have massive, massive runs in the following bull run. But yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. Anyone that's actually gaming on blockchain, tell me what your favorite game is in the comments, please. I'm fascinated to hear. Yeah, because at the moment I've tried a couple of them out and none of them I've not thoroughly enjoyed any of them. So let me know if there's one that's actually worth having a look at. And as always, guys, check out Copy My Crypto. The gains the last couple of weeks have been very good, and they are set to continue. 3-4x's are going to be commonplace. But that's it from me. Take care. Stay safe, guys.